If you're trying to keep up with digital marketing this week, you're in the right place. I'm JB from Belmore Digital, and this is your digital update for Monday, 25th of May 2026. Memorial Day, Whit Monday, all sorts of important days today. This week, Reddit becomes part of search. Search ads put on a friendly face. The AI content pile gets higher. Buyers still want actual humans. Search keeps hiding the search results. Platforms keep compressing discovery into AI systems, while audiences become steadily more suspicious of what they are being shown. One thing before we get going, my Digital Trends 2026 report is out now. It's free, and it's written for people who make serious marketing decisions. No filler, no padding. Grab it via the link in the description. Full post on belmoredigital.com, full video on the Belmore Digital YouTube channel. Drop me a follow if you want more of this in your feed, and get in touch if any of it landed close to home. Reddit becomes part of search. The interesting thing about Reddit's rise in AI search is that it says more about the rest of the web than it does about Reddit itself. AI systems are increasingly surfacing Reddit discussions because they feel more human, more specific, and less polished than most publisher content, which is a slightly uncomfortable reflection on what large parts of content marketing have become. If you have noticed buyers adding Reddit onto searches before making decisions, you are watching this shift happen in real time. Reddit is becoming a credibility layer for search. A lot of brands still dismiss it as chaotic or off-brand. Meanwhile, customers are treating it like one of the few places left where people still sound remotely real. The bigger issue here is that visibility is no longer just about rankings. AI systems are pulling signals from discussion, sentiment, repetition, and perceived authenticity. Some SEO teams are still acting like metadata alone will solve that problem, which feels a bit like bringing a fax machine to a knife fight. If your search visibility is flattening, while competitors keep appearing inside AI summaries and community discussions, it may be time to widen the strategy a little. Our SEO services focus on visibility beyond rankings alone. Useful if your traffic graphs have started doing odd little zigzags lately. Get in touch to discuss this with me, or drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. Search ads put on a friendly face. Google spent I/O showing off AI-powered ad formats that sit directly inside conversational search experiences. Google's latest AI ad updates make the direction pretty clear. Ads are being folded directly into conversational search experiences, so they feel more like recommendations and less like traditional paid placements. Another week, another attempt to make advertising feel less like advertising. Some of this will probably work. If someone is already asking an AI assistant for help, a relevant product recommendation can make sense. Still, if you blur the line between answers and paid placement too much, people eventually notice. Search ads worked because users understood the trade. Sponsored results were obvious. That clarity is getting thinner. The real story is that Google is trying to rebuild commercial intent inside AI experiences before the economics wobble too hard. AI summaries reduce clicks. Conversational interfaces reduce traditional inventory. So the platforms are rebuilding the ad machine around whatever user behavior exists next. You can almost hear the shareholders pacing around the office upstairs. If your paid campaigns are becoming harder to track or explain, you are not imagining it. Our Google Ads management services help businesses adjust campaigns as search behavior shifts underneath them, calmly, without pretending every product announcement changes humanity forever. Get in touch to discuss this with me, or drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. The AI content pile gets higher. Apparently nearly half of online articles may now involve AI-generated content in some form. Honestly, that number feels low if you spend enough time online. There is a certain texture to mass-produced AI content now. Smooth sentences, no sharp edges, completely forgettable 5 minutes later. AI itself is not the issue. Plenty of businesses are using it sensibly for drafting, research support, or scaling production. The problem is volume. The web increasingly feels like a giant photocopier, feeding slightly degraded copies back into itself. Everyone rushing to produce more content faster has quietly created an internet full of filler nobody remembers reading. You can already see the consequences. Search engines are rewarding stronger brand signals and clearer expertise because generic content keeps multiplying at industrial scale. Some publishers still think pumping out 400 AI articles a week is a strategy. It is not a strategy. It is a landfill operation with a content calendar attached to it. If your content output has increased while engagement quietly slides backwards, more volume may not fix the problem. Our content marketing services focus on material people might actually remember reading. Strange concept these days, I know. Get in touch to discuss this with me, or drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. Buyers still want actual humans. There is a growing gap between how marketers talk about AI and how buyers actually feel about it. Plenty of businesses seem convinced customers want every interaction automated because it looks efficient in a strategy deck. In practice, most people just want the problem solved without fighting through 3 layers of synthetic politeness and a chatbot that keeps apologizing while solving absolutely nothing. That's the awkward part many companies are quietly discovering. Automation works well right up until nuance enters the conversation. Then suddenly the frictionless customer experience starts feeling like an escape room designed by a software vendor. You should pay attention to this if your customer journey is becoming too automated to feel trustworthy. Buyers are getting better at spotting synthetic communication. Some of it is subtle. Some of it reads like a hostage note written by a CRM platform. The businesses that balance automation with human judgment will probably hold attention longer. If your lead generation process feels technically functional but commercially flat, it may be worth reviewing the customer experience properly. Our digital marketing strategy services help businesses align automation with how real buyers behave, not how software demos pretend they behave. Get in touch to discuss this with me, or drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. Search keeps hiding the search results. One of the quieter changes this week is how little search now resembles traditional search. Between AI summaries, conversational answers, Reddit discussions, and sponsored recommendations woven into responses, the old 10 blue links keep fading into the background. Slowly at first, then all at once. If your reporting feels harder to interpret lately, there is a reason for that. Discovery now happens across fragmented AI systems instead of a clean search journey. Attribution gets messier. User behavior gets less predictable. Marketing teams built around older search models are finding the numbers harder to explain each month. I am not convinced this means marketers need to panic yet, but I do think businesses should stop treating AI search like a separate channel disconnected from SEO, paid media, brand trust, and content quality. All of those things are bleeding together now, whether agencies like it or not. Worth keeping an eye on. If you are trying to make sense of declining click-through rates or increasingly strange search behavior, our digital marketing consulting services can help untangle what is actually changing versus what is just noise. There is quite a lot of both around at the moment. Get in touch to discuss this with me, or drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. And that's a wrap. This week felt less like AI is changing marketing and more like AI is changing trust. Platforms are compressing search, advertising, recommendations, and content into the same systems, while audiences become steadily more suspicious of what they are seeing inside them. The practical takeaway is not especially glamorous. Clear positioning, credible expertise, useful content, and sensible media strategy still matter, possibly more than they did before. My Digital Trends 2026 report is out now, and it is free. If you are a senior marketer, founder, or in the C-suite, this is the read that will put you at the forefront. Grab your copy. The link is in the description. If you want help cutting through the noise and turning change into progress, get in touch via the details in my profile. And in the meantime, don't forget to drop me a lovely follow to get more of my updates in your feed. Cheers!